Welcome to the Revo Report. We're inspiring faith with reason and reason with faith. Trump's inauguration wasn't just about speeches and celebrations. There were key moments that you probably missed. So stick around because the last reveal will make it all worth it. Today we're diving into some fascinating and easily overlooked moments from Donald Trump's inauguration, from subtle gestures to curious absences. There's more to unpack than meets the eye. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can spread the gospel and the good news together.
The inauguration was all about these two guys, but while waiting for the festivities to start, there were some interesting moments. Oh look, Dana White. We've got Elon Musk in the house, looking happy to be there, and it's Mr. Amazon himself, Jeff Bezos. RFK is sticking out behind them, and look, Mark Zuckerberg is there too. Mike Pence entered all alone, his wife Karen missing in action. You may recall at Jimmy Carter's funeral, she refused to acknowledge Donald Trump, so this is really not a surprise. Barack Obama also entered alone. This will only serve to fuel the rumors that there is trouble in paradise between he and Michelle, though it's easy for them to write this off as Michelle hates Trump and didn't want to be there. And oh wow, here comes Hillary. Is her soul even in her body at this point? She has got to be the most miserable person on the planet right now. But kudos to her for showing up, I guess. She could have taken the Michelle Obama route, but wow, misery personified. George W. also showed up, which isn't a surprise, but there's definitely no love lost between he and Trump. I'm sure Trump's exploits with Jeb many years ago will never fully quite heal over. The CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, was also there. I don't know who this is, and I also don't know a single thing about fashion, but I'm giving the Best Dressed award to her. The white fluffiness that matches the snow outside? Good look. Pete Hegseth was a bit busy with a phone call. The man is apparently a hard worker, never stops. Meanwhile, Vivek and Kristi Noem were seen buddying it up. The Supreme Court justices rolled in, and this may be impolite to say, but holy cow, stop the tape. This is Justice Sotomayor, and this is what I remember her looking like. The left wanted her to step down so Biden could appoint a replacement for her because she's got diabetes and apparently they're worried she's going to die. I wouldn't predict such a thing, but man, she is not looking good. The award for most boldly dressed goes to this woman, who I have no idea who she is, but she looks like Shaft, and I can't hate on it, sorry. Melania wore a hat that I'm quite confident was designed to cover her eyes so she doesn't have to look at any Democrats. Don't forget, she turned down an invitation from Jill Biden to come to the White House for tea. I know everybody loves a good Barron sighting, so here he is, standing ominously behind the presidential seal, striking fear into the hearts of lefties across the country. And here he is, shaking the hands of Joe Biden and Kamala, issuing a warning, perhaps? Trump entered and tried to kiss Melania, but couldn't quite land it because of the hat. I'm sure the left is going to love that. She wore the hat to try to keep him away, hee. Trump then went to Biden and seemed to say, "Thanks for the picture? Thanks for the fixture?" And thus began the Golden Age.
And our Golden Age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Before we dive into point number one, let's explore the comments section because that's always rich with treasures to lighten our day. And surely there's got to be some good ones here. Number one, did anyone else notice Barron Trump was the only person to acknowledge Kamala and shake her hand? A classy young man. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that, hey, this could be potentially the next president of the US. Barron Trump seems like a good kid. The press should leave him alone. Yeah, and I mean, notably, the press is going to be on him for the next, arguably, decade. Hillary didn't get a pardon. Gotta say, though, Barron being the only one to acknowledge Biden and Harris with a sincere handshake shows some class. All lizards showed up. 223, I love that in spite of the fact that Melania turned down an invitation to tea, Barron has been taught to treat people with utmost respect. Barron shaking the hands of Biden and Kamala, seemingly without provocation from his mom, shows that he has been raised well. Poor Hillary, always a president's wife, never a president. I am 71 from South Africa. Barron. What a classy, young, tall man. Yeah, he's 6'7", I believe. And yeah, Barron is stealing the show here, everybody. All of that money, and George Bush can't get a suit that fits, really. If any of Trump's children become president one day, it will most likely be Barron. A lot of people are saying this. Why is that? Now, do you guys think Barron is going to be the next, or one of the next presidents of the U.S.? Who knows? I mean, he's 6'7". He has autism, doesn't he? And so that might be good if he has Asperger's, because people with Asperger's cannot lie, right? Or have a difficulty being politically correct, rather. And I think this is the age in which people are going, forget being politically correct. Let's just be honest. Melania looking very spy versus spy. Indeed, God bless America and protect it from all evil. My hat goes off, no pun intended, to Barron. What an impressive young man, calm, considerate, respectful, no BS, no cell phone, and he looked both in the eye. Bravo, Melania, well done, well done. Yeah, man, everybody is talking about Barron. Bill Clinton looks like a literal puppet now. He walks like a marionette puppet. The look on the Clintons' faces is, oh shoot, we didn't get a pardon. All right. Well, there you guys have it. Oh man, this was a good one. Yeah, this was a good one. And yeah, kudos to Daily Caller for this. It was pretty funny. But what do you guys think? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Any other unexpected moments from Trump's inauguration that we missed? Did anything stand out to you that the media missed? I'd love to hear from you guys. Really, I want to talk about some things here. My point number one is the power of presence and absence. One of the most striking aspects of the inauguration was the presence or absence of key figures. Melania Trump's hat, Mike Pence arriving solo, and Barack Obama's notable solitude all painted a picture beyond the politics. And these moments remind us of the human dynamics behind history in the making. The greatest tragedy of modern man is not that he knows less and less about the meaning of his own life, but that it bothers him less and less. You know, even the smallest details like who showed up or who stayed away reflect deeper truths about loyalty, conviction, character. And in Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says this: there is a time for everything, a season for every activity under the heavens. And the context here is about recognizing the significance of moments in time, whether it's Melania choosing to turn down tea with Jill Biden or Obama's decision to attend solo. These choices speak volumes about their own seasons of life and priorities. It's interesting the nonverbal cues here that we get, because behavioral psychology tells us about these nonverbal cues like presence or absence of presence. You know, they carry just as much weight as spoken words. And what we do or don't do in key moments often reveal more than we realize. And if you thought the body language was fascinating, wait until we dig into the cultural significance of Trump's golden age reference. What do you think? Do absences and subtle gestures speak louder than words? Have you experienced it yourself? Is there anything else you noticed? Let us know in the comments down below. But Trump's vision of this golden age towards the end of the event, he declares the golden age has just begun. And this wasn't just rhetoric. It was a call to optimism, unity, and reclaiming America's identity and place in the world. Whether you agree or not, it's a vision that captures and is going to capture the imaginations of millions of Americans and around the world as well. You know, the longing for a utopia, a perfect world, is hardwired in the human psyche, but it takes responsibility and sacrifice to bring order out of chaos. And that's what Trump is trying to do right now. Trump's statement resonates with the deep-seated human desire for renewal and progress. Isaiah 60:1-2 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. See, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness is over the peoples, but the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you." You know, this passage written to Israel in a time of restoration speaks to hope amidst challenges. And Trump has definitely entered into one of the most challenging phases of America. And so Trump's call for this golden age echoes this biblical theme of renewal through perseverance and faith. And if anybody can do it, then it would be the United States of America. Throughout history, leaders have used similar language to unite people during challenges, whether it's FDR's New Deal or Reagan's Morning in America. Such statements are designed to inspire resilience and collective effort. And really, this inauguration reflects America's foundational values. And I think this is what we're going back to in America. But what do you think about the golden age? Do you think this is America entering into a golden age? Does it resonate with you? Or do you think it's just going to be like another 4 years? America's foundational values are really on display right now, from patriotic ceremonies to the diversity in the attendance. You see these giants of fields of industry right there. And the inauguration was a microcosm of really America's identity. You look at the values of freedom, unity, and perseverance, values that remain central to the nation's success. Really, America has been one of the world's longest superpowers. And I believe it was John Lennox that said, "A nation that remembers its foundations has the potential to rebuild something enduring. Forgetting those foundations, however, leads to instability and decline." It's Psalms 127:1 that says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builder labors in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain." And really, this Bible passage in Psalm reflects how much effort a nation or leader invests. Success ultimately depends on God's favor and guidance. There's rituals like the dance, for example, that we did a video on, like inaugurations, and they really reinforce these shared identities, shared values. And Trump's inauguration wasn't just a political transition. It was a moment to reflect on the principles that have shaped America for generations. And isn't it amazing how much depth there is to events like this, especially this one? My question to you is, how do you see America's foundational values reflected in modern day politics and perhaps moving forward in 2025 up until 2029? Do you see it going back to its roots or really progressing into something different? And I think the most important thing here is the subtle gestures of key figures to Trump's hopeful vision of a golden age and the reaffirmation of foundational values. This inauguration was about much more than just politics. It was about a reminder of the human stories, the aspirations, and the deeper truths that shape the United States of America. And as people reflect on this, there is a true hope and a renewal come not from a political leadership, but from God himself. In John 14:6, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." He is the ultimate source of guidance, wisdom, and renewal, not just for nations, not just for America, but for each one of us individually. And so let's remember that ultimately, if America goes back to Jesus, then it will go back to its true foundations. Welcome to the Revo Report. We're inspiring faith with reason and reason with faith.